we love people, bro. We serve people. We are servants in Narowbi, like the team, So our intentions on everything, we don't take it for granted, When people come to Narowbi, we expect them to feel welcome. We expect them to feel safe. I'll just take the 14th December for an example. It was raining. As much as like coins wise, it wasn't enough. That's why we booked both spaces. We're like, okay, when I have the courtyard and upstairs, so it's like when it rains, people can go inside. So we think for the people before ourselves.
Welcome to the Culture's Biggest Podcast,
a podcast about creatives in and around Johannesburg, as well as those who relocate to the big city in hopes of leaving their mark within the industry. Our aim is to bridge the gap between established creatives and aspiring creatives by providing insight into the challenges faced by creatives along their journey. The podcast delves deep into the creative pursuit and offers aspiring creatives guidance on how they could turn their passions into sustainable businesses. My name is Julian Vogue, and this is
Culture's Biggest.
Hey man, another day, another dollar. We back again, another episode of Culture's Biggest.
You already know.
This thing really took some time to actually happen. But if I'm being honest, bro, it didn't really take time.
Nah.
Yeah.
It's only a few weeks.
A few weeks, yeah.
From SoundCheck.
Yeah. But it's so dope, man. For you guys that don't know who this person is, man, he's an event curator. He's a tastemaker. He is the founder of Narowbi, man. One of my favorite events that are happening right now in culture, man. I'm speaking to the one and only Vuyo Mcglad. Did I say it right, Mcglad?
Yeah.
Shout out. How you doing, bro?
I'm chilling, brother. How are you?
I'm good, man. Thank you so much for making the time, man. You know,
thank you for having us.
It means a lot, man. It means a lot. So I want to know, man, like I'm mostly interested in how people tap into certain pursuits,
Yeah.
I want to know, how did Vuyo actually find himself into events and event curation? How did that happen?
Should I take it back?
Take it back, man, all the way, all the way.
So I think it just started with a simple WhatsApp status, So I think back in the days, from 2018, 2017, we used to have WhatsApp status where you just write a copy.
Yeah.
It wasn't a thing of you post pictures. You just write. So I wrote something we should do a party. And at that time I was a very anxious person. I was a very awkward person. So every time when I used to go out, it's either I felt out of place or I felt like I'm not too cool for the spaces, So I just felt like, oh, let me just start something,
Yeah.
So it wasn't an intention of starting an events company or something like that. It was just an intention of bringing people in one space. I posted that, and then a lot of people responded to the message, but yeah, we game. After that, I opened an Instagram page. It's not a real thing if you don't have an Instagram page.
Facts, yeah.
So I opened the Instagram page, and then I started getting DMs from people, but I still have the emails.
Yeah.
But he would like to perform, So I took everyone. There was no curation, just from a piano to a bassist. I remember Ayanda, Cadillac Radio, Sonia the African Anime, Hot, or, So I just took all of them and then put them in one lineup,
How did you know those people? Because
I didn't know them.
You didn't?
I didn't know them. I
You
just
just
got
hit 'em
emails
up.
from them, and then I was just like, yo,
Oh,
they're interested. So let's just do it,
yeah.
Yeah, and then the rest is history, dog. After that, I think we booked the space, and they're charging us 3,000 for the venue, bro. And 3,000 was a lot at that time.
Yeah, I can imagine when you're starting off.
Bro,
Yeah.
but good enough. The first Narowbi was on 21st of March, 2019. That was the first one.
You guys have been 5 years deep now, né?
Close to 6 years. Yeah.
Close to 6. Wow,
Yeah.
that's amazing.
Yeah. So with the venue chat, I didn't have money, bro. But then that Nesfas 5K, it just clocked in,
Yeah.
So I took that
Government
money.
cheese.
Yeah, dude. I took that money,
Yeah.
paid for it's it hadn't clocked in. I think Umeli, a homie of mine who we started together, he took a loan from his brother, yo, timer, still have 5,000. We'll give you back.
Dang.
You know. He took a loan, and then after taking the loan, obviously I had to pay it back with my next first 5K.
Yeah.
You know, we paid for the venue, 3,000. I don't even know where we got the sound, but we had sound that day, and people came through, bro. Like, I think tickets were less,
Yeah.
but people came through. For first show, I think we sold like close to 80 people, which was insane.
Yeah.
You
How
know?
much were you guys charging a ticket?
I'm not too sure. I'm sure it was $50 or $30, but still, people came through. Like for a first event, you know, which was poorly marketed. It was just like a word of mouth thing. It went well. Yeah.
Oh, that's proper, man. So, as you guys are starting this whole curating the first events and everything, like,
Yeah.
how did you assemble like the team? How did you know that, okay, this person's going to focus on the marketing, this person is going to focus on, let's say, getting the sound guy, because those things are important. You can't do everything yourself.
True. They're very important, but I have an issue with working with people. It's not an issue, but I find it hard to work with people. You know, thank AAA, my school, for forcing me to like work in like group campaigns. You know, so starting up, I used to do almost everything. You know, but the people that I started with, it was friends. You know, mainly was doing accounting, but then was hosting. Then Undinae is a lawyer, but we're still doing it. Like, we were just like planning together, you know. So no one had a role, you know. I think even right now, some people do have roles, but then others still don't. They're still finding themselves in it, you know. Even Narowbi, as a brand, it's still finding itself, you know. So I can't really say Narowbi is an events company anymore, because it might be an events agency, it might be an agency, you know.
Explain that a bit.
So I mean, like, you know, like how events agencies do, they host events for brands.
Oh,
You know?
instead of hosting events themselves.
You get me? So they host events for themselves, but then they also host events for brands.
Brands,
you know?
okay.
Events companies just do events for themselves, you know, with sponsors maybe, you know. So hence I'm saying, Khori, I'm not too sure, you know, and honestly, I'm trusting the process. And I don't want to box myself and say, this is what Narowbi does. We just host events, you know. So I'm just letting it be, bro. Like, everything is going to unfold as we go.
As time goes,
you know,
yeah.
As we go, yeah. So I don't want to force things, you know. So we do. Some have found themselves like in the long run, you know, like people that have been coming to Narowbi have asked to help me out with the events, and they find a space, you know. Yeah.
Oh, that's beautiful, man. Then obviously we're still in the conception of your journey with Narowbi. How did you guys like come up with the name Narowbi? How did that happen actually?
Narowbi. We slept over at Lungi's place. Shout out to Lungi. I was with her last night. A very close friend of mine. We slept over at Lungi's place, just like we used to have like games night at her place, like cozy, bro. There's like a carpet down, so lala phansi, humnati, yabo. We had names. I think we had Tibasana, we had Nzuri something, we had Narowbi, we had
I'm seeing like a pattern with these names.
African names.
African names. Is there a
Yeah.
reason for that?
Yeah, I'm tapped into my Africanism, bro. Like, I'm really tapped into like staying intact and preserving African languages, you know. So a friend of mine, Kumani, we started this new thing where when we talk, we only talk in Venek. He's Xhosa. We speak in Xhosa. I can't speak Xhosa. I can speak Zulu. So even when we're chatting in our own languages, you know, because we have this belief, if you don't do such things, our languages might be extinct, you know. Maybe like 10 years from now, our kids won't even speak like any Venek, you know.
That is so true, man.
Yeah, so it's
so
scary,
true.
bro. Like, it's so scary. So I think that was one of the reasons why we
Chose the name Narowbi.
chose Nairobi, you know, like we chose, as much as like it's not a southern Southern African language, but it's Igbo and Yoruba. So Narowbi means art alive.
Oh.
Yeah, it's like I will
Fire.
run and buy art alive.
Huh.
Yeah.
You know, went to the Black Health events. I was with
Yeah.
my girl that day.
Yeah.
And we saw the shirts. I think it says
Be kind to this
be
art.
kind to this art. It's kind of like a similar thing, man. It's like
Yeah.
your approach to art. A lot of people's approach to art is very what's the word to use?
Rough.
Yeah, it's very rough, and they want to like monetize it. You know, basically, what's the word I can use? Let me use my English bundles a bit.
Rough.
Not rough, man. Very, yeah, exploitative. You know,
Yeah.
they're not genuine about it. It's like you create arts with the intention of wanting something from it in return, you know? And you actually, you know, you doing it, and we had a conversation off air, you know, you were
Yeah.
telling us about your journey and everything, but like,
Yeah.
what makes you like have that kind of approach when it comes to art in general, not just hosting events?
So firstly, I would just like to say, Be Kind to This Art is a brand of my homies, Masai Sepuru, Lulu
Fire
Ezra,
brand.
and Rapadu. You know, it's a fire brand. So I think my approach is very different. It's a very personal one, you know. So I like to look in-house first. Okay, Vuyo, how would you like to be treated? You know, how would you like to feel in a space, you know? So I look into those things. Okay, cool. Sometimes I don't feel like getting intoxicated. I don't feel like drinking. I don't feel like doing anything. So I would love to enjoy my time there. Get sober.
Yeah.
You get me?
Facts.
So creating a space that allows you to enjoy like that is very important, you know? And then just like creating a DNA for your brand is very important, you know? Like there's certain music that you can't really hear at Narowbi, you know? So it's part of our DNA. Okay, cool. You can listen to this genre or this song at a different place, but then at Narowbi, you can't. Maybe ungayizwa are there and there, but it's very rare. So it's part of our DNA, you know? And then you're also trying to implement another thing. I know some people might hate us, but we are backtrack
What do you mean by that?
situation. We just want to have bands.
Oh, instead
Like-
of performing over a backtrack. Okay,
Yes.
I get you now.
Just
I get you.
bands.
Yeah.
That's gonna be our 2025. That's forming part of our DNA.
I love that,
Yeah.
man. That is so beautiful, man. So I've obviously been to a number of your events now.
Yeah.
And one thing I've noticed about what you building, what you and your team are building, because obviously you're not doing it alone, it's mostly community driven, man.
Yeah.
You know?
Cult.
Yeah, it's sort of like a cult kind of vibe. Yeah. Low key. So like, why community?
Why community? Hey man, SA is a very tough place, bro. And we need spaces where people can feel like they
Part of something.
belong. They're part of something, you know. We're living in times where suicide rates is high, depression is high, you know. So having spaces where you can just feel like I can be myself here. You know, I saw a tweet last night that says, let's run Narowbi back. It felt like I was living in a grownish episode, you know? To me, it made so much sense because it's just like, people really feel safe there. They feel like their homies are there, you know, or people that like they don't know, but then they just like become homies, you know. We need that. We need places where we belong, bro. Like, you know. And the good thing with Narowbi is that we are growing together, you know. It's like when you go for the first time. When you go for the first time, someone's gonna come to you and be like, I've never seen you here before. Second time, now you're homies. Like,
Are you guys
shit.
intentional about that? Because that happened to us, right? Yeah.
I don't think it's intentional. I think it's just when you go, it's a community, bro. Like people will know you. They're like, oh, okay. So that's why you can go one man. You don't even have to vibe with a friend. You can go one man in Narowbi and you'll belong. You leave knowing someone because someone's gonna approach you and not in a snacks way, but someone's gonna approach you and be like, I've never seen you here before. You know? Now imagine 800 people in one space, and then it's like they know you, you know. It's like I know people that didn't come to Nairobi this past Saturday. Like you didn't. I knew you went there. You know why? Because I knew if Bokona, you're gonna be with Ugron.
Yeah. Yeah.
You get
True,
me?
yeah.
So like, I know people. I know it's kind of far fetched, but I know everyone that comes to Nairobi.
That's fire, bro.
And people that come to Nairobi know everyone that comes to Nairobi.
Dang.
It's a community, bro.
Oh, that is
Yeah.
beautiful. And I can imagine the support system in those kind of communities. It also kind of like it bleeds into maybe your personal life, I'm assuming sometimes. It's like some people might even support you outside of Nairobi just because you've built that kind of community, you know?
I think it's not the same for me.
Yeah.
I wasn't the face of Narowbi. You know, I only recently started like showing my face, doing like interviews. Shout out to Curry Magazine. They've been forcing, yeah, but if there's no such thing. You're not shy. Do it. You don't need PR training. You need to do this, you know. So like I started doing videos because of like the homies are like, yo, Vuyo, just do it, you know. And I think my fear was being perceived. You know, when people know Khori, this guy is the founder of a certain thing, so then they don't start supporting it because now like, this guy, you know. So that was my fear. But then I think you and I had this conversation of like just documenting our things, you know, like we just need to like document. Imagine now 10 years down the line, maybe Nairobi is dead or it's not vibrant like that. There's a new kid, and then now there's nothing tangible, there's nothing visible. Okay, these guys were here, you know. So like I feel like documenting is very important. That's why Giri Lina, I'm just
it's sort of like it's a time capsule. You know?
For sure.
It's like also you can look back and be like, oh, flip. I'm trying to see how it felt on the 14th of December, you know. You can literally like technology is so beautiful. You just tap into a video,
bro,
and you back to, you know, that specific day, man.
Yeah.
But man, I also want to tap into this podcast. I basically want to do like edutainment kind of vibes. So I want to teach people. There's people that obviously are starting up in events. They want to be event curators and stuff like that. I want to know, man, what are some of the challenges you encountered along the journey, literally from the beginning, even from the past Saturday, you know?
Zipaya, bro, I don't lie to you.
Yeah.
Firstly, just differentiating friendship and business. You know, I think I've had to lose so many people in this journey. I've lost so many friends in this journey because like we didn't have the same vision, you know, because Umuntu doesn't understand, we need to do this, you know, because I think one of the arguments that we had is something silly, you know, like they wanted the events to end like at 2 a.m. And I'm like, we can't have events like, you know. So understanding why we need to end at 11, understanding why we need to end at a certain time, you understand? Like, let's be in the same page, you know? So it's just like so many petty things and other things that like made me cut people off, you know, like, yo, there's a vision here. We need to focus on this vision. You get me? So I think that's one thing. Differentiate business and friendship. Because they become so lazy, bro, you know, and they forget their places. So if you can't put your homie in his place, and
is he really your homie?
Is he really a homie? You get me? I'm really grateful for the team that I have now because they put me in my place, bro.
Which is important,
It's
man.
very important. For I think there's a lot of people that go in for free. Because I was at the gate. So I was just like, no, it's my boy. Go in. Yeah, well, so it's business-wise doesn't make sense sometimes, you know. That's one. Two, finances, bro. Like finances is like the biggest challenge, I think. So just finding channels of making money is very important. So we recently started merch, and it's
merch,
helping
by the way,
us.
bro.
Shout out. It's helping us, I don't lie. That little Yana cent, that 1,000 rand that it comes, it's very helpful, you know. And then so finance is like the biggest challenge. And I think another thing that like as young creatives mistaken is that as young events organizers, mistake is we think that we are the first ones to do this, you know, and Lando creates a very ego play.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm doing it better than who and who. No,
When you
brother.
can learn from one another.
Exactly, you know.
Yeah.
Or someone else has done it before you. You know?
Yeah.
So when you just bring a different approach or a different concept to it, but then you are not better than anyone else. You know, there's like a million people that have done it before you. So those creatives thinking that they are the first ones to do it, I think you understand. So once you start to understand that you're not the first one to do it, like there's a million people that have done it before you, I think that's very important.
So off air, we had a conversation about 9 to 5. I think there's one thing creatives hate.
Yeah.
It's 9 to 5. I know me, myself, I hate it.
Yeah.
And I hate it. I wouldn't say freelancing is such glorious place to be or anything. You know, people glorify freelancing. People say you live check to check. Have you tried living invoice to invoice? Bro.
Waiting that 90-day check, bro. Waiting that 30 days. In 90 days, bro.
And even after 90 days, some people you still have
And
problems,
you need to
bro.
follow
Eish.
up, call them, email them, just checking in.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it's a bit of a challenge. I want to understand, like, what do you think about like that whole thing? What made you say the statements like, I'm gonna go get a job? Because like from the outside, we you know, you've created something beautiful, man. Like we
Yeah.
love it, you know. But like, what
Yeah.
makes you feel that way?
I think for me, it's and this is in no way me giving up on Narowbi. It's just that like there's just so much responsibilities now, you know, and we need to fund Narowbi. I need to fund my life. I need rent in fact. I need to pay rent. I need transport money, you know.
Bro.
And to be honest, breaking even all the time means that I have to gereza for rent. You get me? Rather, let me maybe just cut down some dates on the calendar and get a job. I won't lie to you, I've been thinking about getting a job. And your Debza might hate me for saying this, but I might be getting a job, Debza, because I need the money.
So Narowbi, I'm assuming it's gonna be a passion project.
Narowbi, let me not say, it might be a full-time thing, but I'm
Yeah.
just considering getting a job.
Oh, I feel you.
Yeah.
I feel you.
I'm
man.
really like 80% considering just getting a job because this, yeah.
I mean, I personally feel like it's a journey, you know. Like it comes with like balancing. Once you do get a job, I don't
Yeah.
think you should give up on Narowbi personally. It's like you should still
Yeah.
carry on, maybe then balance it out,
Fair.
man.
Fair.
Yeah.
Now, I feel like I'm at that point right now where I have to decide, do I take the events route full time or do I get a job and still continue?
Yeah.
Because this year I did my last year at AAA School of Advertising. I was under a scholarship, the Luris scholarship, creative scholarship, you know. So I was getting a stipend, you know. So that's why I was surviving.
Oh.
You get me? So now the ayiko la crutch.
Aish.
Yeah, la stipend, you understand?
Aish. Now
So
you're
it's just
facing
like,
the event thing full time.
it's either I do that,
Yeah.
I do events full time, or I get a job and then do events part time. You know,
I get you.
And with the job, there's a guarantee pay month end. With events,
Not so much. Not so much. Hey.
scary. It's scary. And like I think in the public picture, it might seem like, and there is money in events.
Yeah, there is.
But I'm just saying, right now, it might seem like we're not making. We are making money.
Yeah.
You know, and I rebuke that spirit of not making money, because we will make money. Narowbi is gonna be
Yeah.
the biggest thing, dog, in the world.
I also hate like the perspective that creatives, you know, some creatives have that mentality. Nah, it's cool
Yeah.
as long as my art is, you know, thriving. Bro, the rent is gonna thrive you, you know. So it's a bit tricky, man. So I want to tap into what Gron wanted to ask you, right? He's obviously
Yeah.
like a huge fan of what you're curating, Narowbi and everything.
Narowbi way.
The community, bro. And he always tells me about how me and him always argue. He will tell you, bro. We always argue about various things, you know?
Yeah.
So I want to know, like, we want to know. That's his question.
Yeah.
When you step into Nairobi,
Yeah.
there's a certain feeling you get, you know?
Yeah.
There's certain, he described it as like you get a therapeutic feeling. You know, the people are very friendly. Why is Nairobi like that? Is there a reason?
Yeah. I'm a very spiritual person, bro. And I think before anything else, we put spirituality in front at Narowbi, like as the team, you know. So there's a thing that like a week before, it's either one person is gonna ask Khuri, hi guys, why aren't we fasting? You know? So we fast as a collective like a week before. So we like this week, last week we were fasting. We weren't even fasting for the rain, not to rain, but we were fasting for the energy to align, you know, for people to feel like safe, you know, so that like it's not just like our own doing, but then like we're inviting like good energy in the space, you know, like, you know, Praji must just like be there and protect us, you know, like people shouldn't fight, you know, the energy should be good, you know. Of course, there's gonna be always be like things that happen, you know, mistakes that happen, but then we strive, we fight, put energy into to a safe space. And I hear you, dog. Like Lina, I feel that all the time. Oh man, I feel safe. So starting up the statement, our statement was Narowbi is a therapeutic event. Yeah.
Oh, for real? When you guys started?
Yeah, that was the whole intention, for it to be a therapeutic event.
That is crazy. You know,
Yeah.
since you said that, I didn't write the question down. Like, it's one of those things, you know, where
Yeah.
we talk about something and it leads to something else. I can see you very like intentional when it comes to Nairobi, what you guys are doing. I think it's such a beautiful thing to be an event space that fasts. You know what's associated to people that create events. It's like, you know, I don't even need to spell it out. But I want to find out, like, what's your relationship with intention like, with everything else in your life?
We love people, bro. We serve people. We are servants in Narowbi, like the team, you know. So our intentions on everything, you know, it's we don't take it for granted, you know. So when people come to Narowbi, we expect them to feel welcome. We expect them to feel safe, you know. I'll just take the 14th December for an example, you know. It was raining, you know. As much as like coins-wise, it wasn't enough. That's why we booked both spaces. We're like, okay, when I have the courtyard and upstairs, so like when it rains, people can go inside, you know. So we think for the people before ourselves, you know. I think if it was someone else or a different agency, maybe they've stopped. But then now we persevere, dog. Like we continue because we're not just doing it for ourselves, but we're doing it for the people, you know. As much as we
And
need,
you can tell, man. You can tell, for real.
yeah.
Because you can also low-key feel events that are curated just for money. And you can feel events that were created for people to enjoy.
To enjoy. I think for Kids Love Jazz, I don't know if you noticed,
Yo, that was a beautiful event.
but
I wasn't there, but the videos, dang, and Ground was there, kept on talking about it.
We're rocking the Kids Love Jazz merch. But for Kids Love Jazz, there was no branding, but people had fun.
Yeah.
You know, because I think that, like you're saying, intention. The intention was for people to feel at home. You know, so they didn't see our mistake of branding. This guy, there's no branding there, but then people had fun.
Yeah.
You know.
So I want to tap into the business side of the event space, right?
Yeah.
So you're starting an event, you're a new guy in the space, right? how do you get to a point where you work with brands? How do you go about approaching a brand, sponsors, and things like that?
Like from our side or just in general?
From your side,
I don't know how many we regret to inform you I've gotten, bro. But we don't stop, you know. This past Saturday we got our first. I don't know if it's a collaboration. It is a collaboration. First collaboration with Nike. You know, like Nike is actually the first brand to give us money.
oh, fire.
You know, so and they approached us.
Oh,
You
flip.
know? So now, I think
Damn.
what's important is consistency. You know, as much as you get the we regret to inform you all those rejections.
Keep going.
Keep going, keep going until certain people reach you. You know, so I think not just Nike, but there's other brands that have been approaching us now. You know, even Boss has been helping us. You know, like
Hugo Boss?
No, Boss Ice T.
Oh, I covered.
Yeah. They've been like, you know, yeah.
Oh, I think I saw Boss at Black Health.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Fire.
So every event is like a Boss event.
Fire. But like
Yeah.
how did you get to that point? Is it more of like you just do your thing and these brands approach you, or maybe cold email? Because interviewed someone who also works with brands and they were like, their strategy is like literally just writing emails. You know, obviously, like you're saying, you'll get a lot of no's, then eventually you'll get a yes. How did you go about it?
For all the brands that we worked with, they approached us.
Beautiful.
So the ones that we approach, we get rejected, you know. So I think it's a matter of like having a strategist or someone that knows all this marketing and PR agencies to get in touch with.
Yeah.
You know. So for us, it's been dry. I won't lie to you. It's been dry. Party Time, Uncle Party Time helped us out this Saturday with Strong Ball. Grateful for that nigga, bro. Like I'm really grateful for him, you know. So it's just like homies helping us out, you know. But then I think 2025 is gonna be a different chat. 2025 is gonna be a different chat because there's like brands that I'm eyeing.
Yeah.
And I've met the right people, the right brand managers, and I've had a chat with them and they are willing to, you know. So as soon as Feb hits, as soon as that business year starts in Feb, we'll be ready.
Beautiful, man. And I can definitely see Nairobi growing, man. It's such,
For
such
sure.
a beautiful event space, man. I want to know, as a creative person, man,
Yeah.
how much has being in the city of thriving, I call Joburg the city of thriving, right?
Yeah.
How much has being here, like, benefited you? How much has it helped you grow as a creative person, as a human being, like, in general?
I'm barely outside, bro. Like I'm a very awkward person. Like I go out when
Yeah.
I have to, or when your homie's playing, you know, like I've so many DJ friends. So if my friends are playing, I can go out. So I can't really say Joburg has
Played a part.
like that. I love Joburg, bro, but I don't think it has played like a big role in my life, you know? If anything, I'm trying to live the city, dog. I'm trying to
For real, where you trying to go?
Limpopo, Mpumalanga, I don't
Oh.
know, but I just need to touch some grass, you know? Because if anything, the city takes from us, you know?
Yeah. It's an interesting take.
We were talking about the running for King, invoice after invoice, you
Yeah.
know? So that thing is stressful. Now you have to work every weekend, in and out, you understand? That thing is draining you. There's no slides. The air that we breathe, it's mkamo, you understand?
It's a lot.
So
Yeah, that's an interesting
it's
take.
not really
man.
good for our minds, dog, like this environment, you know?
Yeah.
So for my mind, it's not good, yeah, bro? So I
get
just feel
you.
like, if anything, as creatives, we need to leave the city at least once or twice. You know, just
Yeah.
go Makhaeng.
Refresh, Nyana.
Yeah, uyemsamo mfethu. What's in? You know when you go home to your grand's house, I don't know if you guys felt that, like, after a long time, you just feel like, ish, I need to go
Yeah.
to my friend's house,
Yeah.
you know? Like, it's calling you. It's like,
Just
yo.
to reconnect.
Yeah, just even you sleep once, you sleep there one day, and then you come back.
Feel
you
refreshed,
feel refreshed. you know?
energized.
That's what we need, bro. Like,
Yeah.
this Joburg thing of, like, going out every Saturday. Nah, I mean, it's good because we make money, you know, with events, but it's really not good, bro. Like, we need to take care of our spirits and our minds, because we don't want to end up like surviving with other means now. Now you have to, you know, maybe shy
Aish.
every day just to survive, you know.
Aish.
So I was chopping up with this other hand. Her mother hates me because I'm in the advertising space. Yeah, so she was just telling me how, like, someone that she knows, yeah, who was in the advertising space, was just like, used to survive on drugs, used to survive on alcohol, and because, like, remember, this thing needs you to come up with a new idea, you know. You need to come up with a new Kids Love Jazz. You need to come up with a new event.
All the time.
And I say all the time.
Eish.
Now the brain is working. So you need to rest. You get me? So the only time you can rest is
When you go away.
Go home. you know?
Beautiful, man. I like
Yeah.
that, man. We are called Culture's Biggest, man.
Yeah.
I think you're the perfect person to ask this. You definitely are Culture's Biggest. You know, you are Culture's Biggest.
Shout out.
I want to know, what does culture mean to you?
Culture means community to me, bro. Like, culture is revolving, and community does revolve. You know, it's not here to stay. It's here to revolve, evolve. You get me? It won't stay the same until like forever. You know, but it's changing. It's changing. So culture is community, and community is changing.
Ish, I love that.
Yeah.
That is fire, man. To any aspiring event curators, event agency curators, let's get that right. Any
Yeah.
word of advice?
Keep doing your thing, man. Start. Execute that idea. Even if it's from a zero budget, execute that idea. Even if 10 people come, execute that idea. Just make sure you do it. Yeah, well, you don't want to end up like our grannies and grandpas who are regretting not executing their plans now, you know, in my time, you know. So
Ish.
just do it now. Fail, but at least do it. Yeah.
Beautiful. I love that, man.
Yeah.
Bro, thank you so much, man.
Thank you, bro.
This has been such a dope conversation, man.
Thank you.
You're very insightful, and looking forward to 2025 when it comes to Narowbi. I think it's just going to be a beautiful year for you guys.
For sure.
I mean, the brands started rolling in. I'm sure there's going to be more, man. And all I want to say is I wish you
Yeah.
Godspeed on the journey, man.
Thank you.
Keep doing what you're doing. It's such a beautiful thing that you created,
Thank you,
man.
bro.
Thank you once again for
Thank
joining
you.
us, man.
Thank you to Cultures Vegas. You guys are amazing. Please continue documenting the young creatives. This is really, really, really wonderful. Yeah. I feel like we're going to look at these videos like years to come and be like, yo, shit.
Yeah.
I'm grateful I did this.
Appreciate
You know?
that, man.
Shout out to you, gents.
And it's a wrap. Shout out, James.
Sarah. Sarah.
Thanks, bro.